na ne pay da na sida na wo hinya ye hiem
amen
kwam na dankan oka ho
amen
ma ye bezi dwuma ne pay nhia na ye yinkan urade yankopon oboso na asase
amen
yeah it was soon
papa
the ebullient the irrepressible the exciting former Central Regional Minister Kwame Duncan.
That's right.
Akwaba.
Eja uncle.
And I pay my buy Wendy 10 minutes I'm when they also aba. I'm say, Kwame. Money.
Oh, sorry to hear.
I mean, to come in from Cape Coast, and he's been doing this for what, 10 years now?
More than.
I'm watching
10 years.
Yeah, about 10 years now. 2011. No, you start to yeah. Meeting on Suka. In fact, Paddy, 2011 was her. On confess, salute me na alote how again?
How about the 2 good yeah, but look as no, my man, okay. No, my chest no. A Perry Okujeto.
Perry.
A candidate about town. They are quite pro and she will do. And the issue by up. Nobody made Bolokas. And it's for a fanciful. You be now, yeah, arranging a quite bad about him, mother.
Oh, they can face
you are. And then Thursdays were 8 years. What is it?
Cross current.
Cross current. Wouldn't go at easy.
Messi Mohana.
Brofun more rich more brofuma. Number zero fancy no about the vice chancellor for university, the newly created university was Omanya.
Oh, environment.
Yango Samson.
Yango Samson.
Yango fancy, Yango brofo. I mean,
Messi Mohana Periokuja to frame. Or frame no so Charlie. Young Bluma Bishay Guana. We Peru be demolish a man, and I'm say as a him pet a infant to one blue man as what's all I look at how I drink, and I'm so my dream or Hana Samuel who are free. Chama, me see, I quit be a shake Cape Coast honor. Send you see Ballo take him in the background, body.
But they don't know they were very good friends.
Yeah, so I hear.
Always been.
And it's been 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
It has the oh yeah, 10 years of Kwame Duncan.
I back by 12 midnight. Maybe do her.
Yeah, why be do her? Obano abe tapu ku.
Abe talku.
Yes.
Oh yeah, ni exercise.
Yes, but this solution na no Joe. But the way market
name me a very deceptive.
Deception personified.
Yes.
But it's all good. It's all good. 10 years and counting. And to God be the glory. Kwame na kwa baby. Na Bosaka Samson. Anastela. Ojinaso. Pacho, mama mu kwa dwurambre CCI just for the sake of our own program. Kwame nyame chama che.
Chama general, me josu.
Boko de.
Ajanyame adom me hwe.
Na adwurafo ho te say.
Sisi ara beka say omo hwe.
Ade na wate. Then a pie so far.
So far, chairman, free say ade abranti odi kan ewu ya musu say amanfo bi na fa kwan bon so ebo no.
Yeah.
Ema wono otimi ewu ye no. Omokosie no. Nzo omokosie no na problem na na say aluta no ebaaye. Enti enu akike nyama na esisi ntia no pe na ja. Yebedu hano. Me yebedu hano. Sisi ame no ka say the chairman me wo eye Edra Government Hospital. Enu hana na action no.
Yeah.
Ebi say omo a emra mebunu no ene police for ne soldier for no ehia ye. Aboba na ekeka omo ni nyina aha ene du omo ebetu ye. Na a free enu ano time a esi ye. Na buying boy dwumadi for no afi eye Edra hene eye berema o say hwe ya otoso mi no. ɔne ɛyɛ mpanyinfoɔ no zongo chiefs ɛne opinion leaders ɛwɔ ha no kasa as anadwo no nyinaa na ɔmo yɛ meeting nti na adeɛ kyee a ne bɛduru adwira yi yɛafa the main road woduru adwira no ma the main road no ano ana ɔmo aborɔkɔ kaa ma na afei mmabunu no gu mu a ɔmo ne banbɔ adwumayɛfoɔ no ɔmo ɛɛpere so no ɛyɛ yɛbɛka sɛ wohu obiara ɛwɔ mu a na police car bi ɔmo yɛ ɔmo normal patrols shops ni bi ano a ba so bututu mu no ebinom abie ebinom so anya emie adwira eba se egadi a omo ekoso pa ndika time I was a komu bi na was a komu bi na nam se no asai yi na tie ne nti nti e bedu hospital ha na esi ameka say die nipa baako ena oda hospital ha no nipa nsia ena etuo no eka wo mu mienu ewui amra ye do mu bedu hospital na medical superintendent or another doctor wahano can say ade ewu and by Islamic tradition senior etie no ntino omo ye bibia ewie ema omo ekosie na nu anwumbre na nipa mienu no na ba ko so condition is so critical ntino omo refer it to comparative teaching hospital Kumasi and omo na kwani say aboba no anope ye bedu ha no ya tse ye se emuye esi ameka say abrantie baako ono so no eda ha no a ono etuo ne kan nine asisi a ono no eda ha no sisi ana na ma me kra wa ha no chama anza na meka bibire me pese me ne ma na
Samson me pese me ni ma me ni free mu na me bisa quick questions na to aye dwumadi no so na pese me bisa ne say why na fresh soldier for
regional command no police Obaka COP Kokrokoo ono ya regional police commander ochire mo say eno a time a wo mo enya ntie ewo headquarters Kumasi say na ACC no police for mo wa ha no mamponfo be support you e bo be support to ejira e ma de omo be ye bia no wo mo do baby no na asem no aginsemu to call the regional police commander. Now, on also say operation omuye operation bi ewo hanoma free and military omune soldier for na ye and the drew sa no the only year no say was say police for no efre reinforcement from military so omum na bebo am nti no omo na free police for na compare so omo na free military for so omo mebo police for no if you say omo youth no to quote the regional police commander again be on Yakasa or Hello FM Canadian who's here.
Good.
Maybe what a jar must say. A bar say I know I yet now police soldier policy Yomunianma, then they be a disease here, almost from it's almost from the government say, Nem Mabuni be a massive up a wall, a yet just a police headquarters near my neck was no money be see. And I say a yet principal street where Jirena near my neck a cost no money at the basin to almost. And the police for the 2 months after soldiers for no accountable. And that is the question.
Ain't police for no patches and not a geomonsem.
Me no say mu ayedin baby do no mu here support from the military. San okay.
But some here support from the military and just say omagia tum sa geomonsem.
It's all right. And no one can say you mun say mun na members me for so about that. San okay.
Nietia me bisa sa ne say obi anim say police for say back crowd control riot controller omo na omo nim say adwuma ne papa. You share videos no so out mu say na police riot control cars ni bi was water cannon
yeah
enti no nyami bisa ne say at what point and my police for the fees are jeans 70 omo fresh soldier for a 2 fear say and no na e hame because a fresh soldier for na say ya jatum say adwomosam
enti the enno no say o hwe se na wuzi kan videos ye nyina ye hwe ye no police for no ho enti no kwai no omo akonfirm say na police for na di kan time a omo say na dra police for na ngasa no omo ye na mampon o say dra na mampon nyina ai eben enti mampon for no e bai our mobile support to them. I'm saying regional force by the government share or more Sakana, Sama Okana. Maybe I mean cross checking it, but I wouldn't be surprised if regional headquarters and the bias Saka here in the same time in town station district. Just assembly air bassy and maybe on Bimbu at the 300. And to almost from a car, a bar sign, the 6. And a two no account and the two no dear which means of who baby a two no casaya as I make at the time as I want background that police for it sorry police for the car now what can you and no and as I say a patrol the principal maybe a government hospital anymore and to what or more year or normal patrols so I can now a Cassiana now come and no air and another about bay members of bay 3 cars. I was also a patrol. And it's 6 2 no we on them. And I one then a call of an teaching hospital. I don't pay the condition is stable. And near not coming in my about the Catalan social condition a stable nemo. And so almost suspected said bullet a big car. Not do much may until all pains. Our Dahanum, almost chance a medical superintendent no Wahanum, a barbe referred to other company and as a young contact. And she and no sa and a cheer a Wahanum. Now a bit more a time my barco a Casa Wahanum, or no yet sacking Zungo. There's a lawyer sacking Zungo Hana ne bapini or no Bahanum or Mobile, or just a bit more about a big cow. And said that and yes, you don't do one of Rana, Chibiano, a coy. And you say, dear, Osha, Nipa Barco, and a government hospital, I know, can say, and a Barco company. But on more Canadian, apart from 2 normal Canadian, or more mobile, you are winning now. So far, sanity and Oba and Montenegro Swa. In fact, I come, Yadia, Ubemuzana Mampu, baby, or Mabuchan, could not open a honor, and Yadia did any other. The Mipusa Prince and a Satin Zongobana. Omni Mabuna Etina Casano, so no a giant and then putting in our Casai. And I'll catch almost say police for the investigation. Say, will be a far crime, body so and a mass, our branch, we almost see now and not trigger Bibiana, no create a baba. Now, say, if you are Mabuna Bar on Tenny, no because of Mountain or more echo police station, Ebia. Now, or more police station, if you're Omunai. Now, according to a president, or just senior giant and almost Casa, we meet Amajo and San Omopono, and no community and an obeying Yadia, and Mepuno, Abba, upon Teneso, a baby, Obia air bar or movement in summer. So far, a far and a year.
But Samson, one last question as I'll be called. Who say, Tama soldier phone ebe drew hono, na a memory be a tutu. Near dear, Unshisha Muchesa.
Somewhere, may buy a senior you can, yes, what is, and buy me busa, Mebusa, and Conformity means the Omo can say. My Marco catcher the moon, or say, a drew baby, Omu said, and Mebuno, or Mubu, opinion leaders, let's see almost a monk, but almost someone for a barn and over. A water tour and in consume body or confirm me. But as we said, no, be quick to out to the a dear noir, me check some my Sabia, a bisa APA. Me check because if we have a police station on Yapa with you, but will be a new civilians and I'm no Macasani, but almost I confirm, say, and no, or more back. Our Mudosma, a water tour, and Nessa, and Mania, the other, no more, a confirm as a business air police station, and no more kind. I said to you, say, be a baby, be no group, you're all to the time. I know the civilian being who our confirm and watch them.
Okay, great. And I'm per confirmation on that, not Chinebi, and also Uncle Yan Kumubia. But only Namunina, no patro air, na Washington. Am I why?
Time I'm quicker. And also no mean to me, may happen a year, Mukaka, Nakakam, the better, sir, a branch and also a woo, except a time I wouldn't see actually for me, no, police for and also my confirm, original command and I confirm, my husband be and any family, and all much your moon for Woody and Tuya. Now, I'm not that a use to cry air by information there ever. I am also trusted. Isa Adana assembly ya nkofo a emim fo no a wo ho ekoto sha brantie no so no yese obi wo mu a mempese me body na ekoba sa wan hwe ya se na nipa kro no na adwene mu ka no kakra meti makan no men modin asɛ nipa no ho nipa bi ni nua bi asɛ na adwene mu ka no kakra na sɛ wanhwɛ yi a police bond o maso etotoa because manya yi beta my offer me send ya de bia ma na ya hwɛ the police bond so e de o mani kɔ hɔ a betumi aboa pa
something you adwuma actually be san by that no pay
sama me so me das
25 minutes to 10 Samson Kwame Nyameche yeah chief reporter at Ashanti region and Moten in Kano na just returning from Ejura Anope Enren na our Ejura Abdul Malik Kuba Quinty Fino Ababidu Kwekuyama from Ejura. Did you come by road, by air? Did you come by road, air, or donkey?
No, he came by drone.
He just spoke Chinese.
Kwame na Dankro free Cape Coast, we do her by 6 a.m. Alote free Cape Coast, we do her by 8. So Kweku free Laboni dia, now we do her by 9:30. I find so free. Ofre Jura, ne buy. It's he. Kweku bakwa bo.
Wami Martin. Na abom.
Na abom.
Chawaleni.
Everybody say he good.
The voice of the people is the voice.
It's the voice of God.
It's a man for one more, a clean bill of health. I learned that from my old man.
Oh yeah. Kwame Nyankwe.
That's right.
Very unfortunately, 2 dead. Plus, Moezi Kane 3 dead. Moko Dunyina, Yati Tibi, Yehumbi. Now, the few questions we're asking this morning. Is it a general lack of discipline or rising insecurity? Because some have capitalized on it to say it's a case of rising insecurity in the country. National Democratic Congress says they are warning the police and they blame the government for the death of the activist. Former President Mahama challenges Akufo-Addo to de-escalate situation at Jura immediately. Fix the Country Convenience Economic Fighters League say they'll petition UN Human Rights Commission and Parliament on the activist murder. Michelle and maybe something question be about who invited the armed forces, the military, into all of it, because we're hearing all kinds of stories. But the police for Nankasan were fresh and Samson has also confirmed it, and the unfortunate happened. So a lack of discipline, rising insecurity. Blame who for it? De-escalate situation in Jura. Petitioning Parliament, UN Human Rights. Kamina, what you done? Yes, sir.
Na prima, Minchio.
Mejodo.
Minchia. Mete phone pim ma. And the pay one so good do. Who a Juma kasi. Can fin for man to move.
Mejodo.
Na. And this when you're who issue statement. A former governor of Bank of Ghana. Certain president somebody slept, woke up in the morning and in the evening was president. You can find more by a vice. Very unfortunate. Aqua Jim. No film. Neither. Yesterday. Neither. The old Pagwesi, rest in peace.
Yeah. Ended that not 2 days ago. 29th June. Wow. Was 3 years of Pagwesi, Mr.
Yes. He rest in peace.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wow.
He was a peaceful man.
Yeah.
Hey. Peace will always be with him.
It's been 3 years already.
3 years. Kwame, neither himself nor the party. Wow. A certain unfortunate incident, how do we cash in? Political party are not in there. Ibinum one approve one office. Na what's one perform that it will ignore to us. The political party general secretary makes that comment. Na political party. Na I'm mostly I wrote some.
It's 3 years of Miss Arthur's death. Interesting.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry there. I was thinking aloud. Sorry. As a Mosi era Husam.
I wrote some. Onye odu ma odrin na amanso o question adi bi say Kwame Amecha manso when fi one tentam na mu wenfi.
Me too.
The police needed to be proactive. Nti menjin tum there na we je wonsem.
Okay.
On intina we free support from the military. Osane oyinde gina ho mpom odudam do be je wonsem ansana. I mean obi a vested in security and how to suppress rioting and to protect lives and property. In the Ginawa, what is at your disposal? Ginawa ma to be able to stop the danger which is lurking. Ginawa me do point echi. No. I mean, every security person. I mean, you come, you look at the extent it is going, then you back up with the necessary arsenal at your disposal. And see, well, it was also a way to get more information. And I agree with you, but on yet make sure the police commander, Bakaro, now at a point where we have virtually been incapacitated, it's a military umbrella, was intended to be a proactive measure. Na ma modin kame proceeding ma impana odin ka hwe no kwa ibisai mesesi social media obinuma ye interviews wa che de oye internal matter oye confirmed yet apostle for bohwehwem ma we hu no kro wom che de oye na nunua nom de se early morning se bibi se abasam CEO se oya za no de huntem de dio ema sophisticated or the bibi ban ma na nyodu chi no se oya unconscious and he had to be rushed to the hospital. These are things which have now emerged. Anyimpa rekasa rekada masaman are connected in any way. Initially, in one year, shall say there was a share MC now or what?
No.
Was any bodyguards? The
police was watching 2 suspects.
And the 2 suspects in Kwampo, the minimum link there, them 2 suspects in Kwa was it or MC in the bodyguards.
Yeah.
There's no such linkage. Na mama ebusafo wa hwe won de she ozikan na chi man da so bosi ebia no so wa hwe won kwa mama mo ho yakọ oya we hosam
Papa
na ho so a we pra yesterday adate fobobo ehwanwa na ipran mo ti biara wa hwe na wetu mo ye ho ayarsa intentam na mama ho yakọ na masra oya aya santantam da mahon Kwame obenya so de ma irutu ai bodomofon anada jamofon na rutu mama ana enam so baade rutu no sofo osane se bibia ye wo ho abotara se Kwame ai mrante ihwe kasena video ni nyina kasena hu de o mrante so ya da abuta kakraba ma nche ma ya hwe hoyi ya hwe osane akaya bibi tire binum wo pe oye na bi besi oye ne no ye ne nhwehwem kwa nyamba na wankasa wa hyase wo the more stories atoto osande ene na nso sade na media stations bi a wo nkra ha they are not minnows, they are not novices, they have been in the system for a very long time. Television station recently when your radio station was that count now what shall say what push them agenda there an activist of the country has been murdered and they linked it to that no Friday or Saturday ma ibinum when you any discussion with the police because it was a public function. What they did, the demonstration and all of that was a public function. And now police for clear while link catch on there now they have extended it. The police have extended it from that point to as far as to Ejura to go and murder that man. Media stations when you confirmation and they could do those linkages. What year the movie na what's why I'm paying for an ban for fix the country all over the place. No be na it's no statement about there what the a petition boko United Nations what the be boko a J7 what the be so now this group you wonder who they are, what they are looking for. They are looking. Who are they?
They are looking to fix the country.
My goodness, Kwame.
Kwame, na?
Fix the country, and I thought that indeed you will be ones that will be sober and will be waiting to find out and to confirm. When you have no clue at all what has happened, you begin to issue statement and you link government, you link people to it. They are there for objective Ghanaians, for Ghanaians to see them, who they are. Na Kwame nche mu president nche yebakere bia ntontoro wa nche adebacha ho. Then a political party. They by your synopsis here, NDC waiting warns police and blames government for death of activists. Kwame, what is their basis? Eba didn't wajina do a abenta na wo friend Kaka, Bibi Kaka, Ibrahim Kaka or
Yeah.
Mohammed Kaka. Eba didn't NDC one asido eba information wo wa. Oche there aban in aban no work ketine eba information NDC wo. Can they make that information available to the Ghanaian people? A political party. And then you have a former president. They de-escalate the tension. Kwame Nkrumah agreed. Na in 2014 thereabout. Ikrobi's war, Ashanti Regional. Kwame in the war demonstration there, whole roads. Unfortunately, the police went in. Two lost their lives in a similar fashion. And this is President Mama. Are they telling us that the brain was in Nancha MPP issue statement here? President Mama, no NDC, Mona Maye. 2014, it was an incident. And when they always have taken Ghanaians, these are persons or people who forget easily. I mean, they will forget easily, and therefore we take advantage of their nature where they tend to forget. At the time, MPP, Nidara and you are, or issue statement. Okay, we hold NDC responsible for what has happened. Or so then you need basis for that. You need basis. But listen, you're unfortunate. When people want to ride on the back of bloodshedding to gain some political mileage, Kwame,
what if they are drawing attention to Asama Wesi? Or send them Wesi?
Drawing Asama Wesi, drawing attention to it, well and good. But when you say once police and blames government for death of activists, is that how you intend drawing attention to what has happened? Separate draw attention. Is that how you do it? You blame government for the death of the person. When government neither stood left nor right. When government has absolutely no hand. Why do we want to rush? You go to about 5-6 months. Let's focus on building the nation. Why? Why there? Says NDC, Abaya, the Bibits there. Without power, they simply cannot survive as a political party. Why? When your power no so Kwame, it is only just to take the entire country back. Na Kwame me yi ma pampa yi ya ho afiwan. Mamambra. Oya ma ye share videos a ye hu. I ask myself there.
Now you ask yourself there about videos are na epede
video ko ye the water cannon ya. Kwame police phone ewuda na o retreat. Osane mbrantan we tu orba hodo. Enti driver nom there nwa wakano we retreat o spray bi kura nso retreat ya opedoko. Na wo chesin kita mpontimba kita mbaba na ndikaka nwa watoto mbaba de boka ne mu. I ask myself that Kwame, Kumasi is the second largest city and connects the south with the north. I ask myself that it's another very hot major town. And the moon who's there, there, Akaza, all then police, when you wo Kumasi. You know, baby, Biampa, Accra, Kumasi, these are critical major towns. Then, and one, I was put away demonstrations and going. I wash I saw. I did double Kwakashase, war Tamale, what about Kumasi, what about Banka. But this is where the action is very much alive. And see, my deduction, I may be wrong though, was that a coupe. I saw only one water cannon. And then soon as I spread Muntumu, because he was in soon be a show. So I had a show. All spreading and the people were still. Was that the kind that was useful for that occasion, for that purpose? It's moon there. We need to open our eyes. There. Yaboshe Mosia. Yen Taho. Ne yen do point because Kwame, if the police had at least that quantity of logistics, i.e. they had say 2 of these or 3 of these, and there were rapid response team, and I'm sure they wouldn't get to the point over here there over Fred Sojafo. Then Sojafo they Kwame by their training. What about one young building but man church a pamfongu hodo, and clearly they demonstrated it. Say a video now. What if you pick up Messiah?
Or them?
I did not show.
Yeah.
It's it. You been here, pa. Whilst we look at this, it might be the clarion call. You been here, pa. The Kwame. Kumasi is critical. Kumasi is a major place in terms of whichever sector or angle you want to look at it, whether by our usual politics, by the economy, whichever way. Kumasi is critical. Nti the Accra wa Kumasi Ninyan, at least say Kumasi Yan from pa Obobwa, so that we won't get to the point over here for there. I saw your phone Obobum. But beyond that, Kwame ma Obama Obia when yet da only the intent tamara. Aya adukra Oma man for so warrior upper Kwame warrior upper war oya justice oya wafana rishom wubi awaba a possible tend maybe they say we are investigating and therefore if we come to inform the country where we are the persons we are pursuing also about say say if there's a gap some information all that amount for when you're the look, we are still on this matter, we are making progress. You still can be informing the country without divulging the insights of what you are doing. Ma we see obey here pa the intentum police investigation. First about the death of Mohammed Kaka.
Yeah.
Or the new Shumba Emma ma Owumia intentum
Kaka.
Intentum Kwame intentum Yotum Yahu ma odi iwun odi bay. Intentum that must happen. And I want to pat the command on the back. PRO. Neda mundo ayi media phone kasa muntumu so any do so any nanso.
Wana Godina, I hear you.
I hear you, God.
Na pay me friend why you abandon
On the phone.
On phone the phone if you line to we coin.
Ne battery no show.
You hear na yes.
Ne battery show.
Uncle Gordon, obey here pa there this matter. You must get the people of this country informed. The first death you kankana waka for nina daban. Your investigations, where are the investigations pointing to, and all of that. Or then come on my hands. Now, as for what happened yesterday, I think that it was the effort of the military to hold the marauding or the rioting youth at bay. Anona or the Tuntotoeba Ebinum Wefim. I think that the police in this matter must be equipped, especially Kumasi. Okay, here there. Yeah, they are soldier for Kwame. By their training, it is different. And they will not stand for you to rush short over them. On yet, obviously, so a soldier for no other different.
Very different.
Yes, very, very different. Very, very different. It is for them to conquer. As for theirs, at the back of their mind is that look, these are persons you must conquer. No, you didn't do them. Now, move your crown, Kwame.
Kwame,
Usande, I water room. Samay Filcasia, a castle ye. Uncle Pakwisi, I am fancy him old boy. Kwame, Meka there, as vice president, one of our speech days. Now, Obaba Kansa, the entire school was proud of him.
You mean Pakwisi, Miss Arthur?
Yeah, Pakwisi, Miss Arthur. Or a member of the 69 year group. And then this is 66, I think 66. Former headmaster, Mr. C.K. Shan, one group. And they have their handwriting on campus. In the ma, 1 year, my boy, na nink account. Na, into political party, Kwame, Onamdo, ma, other by a vice president. And he served from PNDC time. He was deputy secretary.
Deputy finance minister.
Yes, Kosiboche.
He was secretary and then deputy minister.
Deputy minister. Okay, secretary to minister.
Minister.
Awesome. NDC. I mean, those who paid their dues to that party and remained loyal and contributed their intellectual capacity, strength to help that party. Into me, Pakwesi, Miss Atenfi. And now, other baby of mine, the pain never did. It tells you, Ian, so of a year, my Walia, Ewan Bajan, NDC. It tells you now, in the da.
But you're trying to move as an
question. Oh, yeah. A lot. Yeah, but I said, but I said, Wumfuma.
Debia Maca.
You know, Mr. Wumfuma, yes. But why are there?
Mammy and I'm back.
Alote. Vice President. And one batch, both William Okare. And like a 4 Bisubeti Wachi. No, so, Aqua. And the da. Ya my friend in the da. And Pierre Bassa Pepe. Says, Maya in Twitter. And one batch, Facebook. In cha Twitter crampo, in cha fakakato, da pa. And Babia de ye. That didn't happen to us. It didn't matter to you. Nemum, I am a waste with you. In a tweet, in a Facebook, as a maje. And the Markan Daman Kwame, young Quadrana fee, Anfa Opain Pakwesi, Emisata, amfane kra mfansie
amen
kapembra ai ejezefo nyina ebehiem wo eja Abraham no kukuma na nanyim amen.
Amen.
Now we go be
Chairman General, good morning. From a security standpoint, I think going forward as a country, we have to stop the increasing militarization of what is supposed to be civil policing and rather resource and train the police service in handling civil disobedience in the maintenance of law and order. Let's get this straight. The military is not trained for riot control. It is the police that is to do that. With the increased involvement of the military in civil law enforcement, don't be surprised to always have casualties. Let's resource the police and train them better in dealing with crowd violence. The military, by their training and architecture, are combative and not civil. They come to assault, not to resolve. Dr. Jones Opokuware. Well, interesting. Well, that's what
But I disagree with him.
I totally agree with him.
In America, they have the National Guard. Where is soldiers?
But the National Guard, are they called in at every point?
Yes, but even that day,
when it is serious, they are called in.
And when they are called in, what happens?
Well, they have that route management.
But we don't
so
have.
They are able to
but we
it.
don't have a National Guard, do we?
We don't have.
We don't.
There's the need for us. It's one of my suggestions.
And now says, can we not just let these people who call themselves Fix the Country do their demo? What will happen if we allow them? We make people too important. Nah, says that one. And then it is really sad and shameful that precious lives will be lost in such an awful manner like what happened in Ejura. I may not for now blame either the security services dispatched to Ejura or the irate youth of the town, but I think the situation could have been managed better. We urge the IGP to look into this matter to bring all culprits to book. Kwesi Reynolds in Agona Odobing. Kwame, the report said that when the military came, they gave a barrier that nobody should cross. Some of the youth disobeyed it, and the unfortunate happened. Nana Hesi or Jiri sends that one in. And then what is happening in Ejura is unfortunate. Once the death becomes a political matter, the real truth is lost. Kwame, for once, our politicians should stay away and allow standard operating procedures of our security agencies to prevail and bring the culprits to book. Ahmadu Al-Hassan, Czech Republic.
Hey.
I don't agree with Kwame, especially where he said, Odim Kwame, this is human life we're talking about. There's no other option than to kill. Okay, I don't get it. Rahim, can you please resend your message so I can understand? Oh no, fine him. Some Ghanaians sit here and root for Paul Kagame. We get a taste of Kagame. What happens in Rwanda? We've changed our minds. Alfie. Tongue in cheek, I get you. Watching the horrendous videos at Ejura yesterday, two things come to mind: crowd control and crowd management. And anyway, say Obama, quite a long one, I'll leave it there. Kwame, the president should start reshuffling his ministers. Some of them speak in an uncomfortable manner, as if bing, bing, bing. It doesn't help the president. Gusty man in Brekum. In 1948, British soldiers shot and killed 3 unarmed protesters. There's a general condemnation of this. We've immortalized and memorialized them and read that they are gallant heroes. In 2021, our own men paid with our taxes shoot to kill protesters, and there's justification, dirty politics. Parkwesi Akwase sends that one in. And then it's very devastating. Those making unnecessary noise and propaganda. Fix the country. We should fix our attitudes. Let's pay our taxes and levies. Let's fix the country together. Oga Willie in Carrier. Okay. Right. If you poetry from Funinabim. Alaje, mpacho mamiti wa adwinche. It's 10 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Just a minute to be na. Me pere me for who platform in me a suggestion be my Minister for Works and House. I'm sure they are in charge of the Kwamna as the Popa Atama. Over minister, this sea defense. Gweguni yangu bi nor from
yeah.
Because of Gweguni yangu. Kwame,
Alote.
I think that the government is doing well with this sea defense thing in central and western region.
But
Na my soldiers are my honorable Asensu
Boachi.
Asensu Boachi. The Masana Anje Woma and Bobanu Kupumbu Kakra, to them a landing beaching. And was a Mbobanu ko a Punumu Kakra or Juji a Pun ma a Punete. Since your hotels are all beachfront in Yan, it looks like, well, you can bear me in mind there. I know you agree with me there.
The pleasure to access the beach.
The beach, since you are Wonya. But in the Okropumu Kakra, at least we both more speedboats na the crapo we use for Mushe, one of the longest beach we Ghana ha Shama. Shama de pra estuary. Ne what is ya epun oridi basasinum too much. There is the need. Mesana onsen in team no one go here. It's one good place to be as a we see hotels or over benefit or many when it comes to tourism. It's Mr. Minister. Bomoza na go here na adi warrior adi ba woman bobanu sun go pum kakra na sun on tay. Mekanda mi wi akwami.
Alete.
I would toe the line of Mr. Kandapa that there's too much political intolerance in this country.
Messi.
Gwami, PPR is attributed to either this party or that party. It is not helping. Do we want to, as political leaders in this country, do we want to destroy this country? Here you are able to be here for so many years. Here you are leaders. Yaboko. No, they ye care there. Or Brebia yer bobia or the whole trying. Or brand or the whole trying. Until men say which then phone go some man pom. Then a cheerful one man bebe. That is what is happening in this country. Misinformation, disinformation. No risk woman. I been say, Mamma can mama nebusuafo so won ba so a mama ne na ne ma yakọ oye yaw
o ma o busuafo.
That is it. Oye yaw sa wa nchabe yenden ndi da mo hwe TV or interview ebusuafo na ekromufo and the tension was high.
Yeah.
Kwame na emu de se ebufu ba nyansa nyi hobi o za obefi ponenu mepei sa wanye mojegu owa na mobekeswa. And that is what some politicians are doing, inciting people to violence. That's what they are doing. And say, Mama Gatibo, I read was social media. Oh, or your MPP, oh, or your NDC. If you more about doing that, never the pon okun. If Binumusu was a MCE, no okun. In some way, that's what you read. Now, look, this media, online media, it was one boy. The way they come out with some publications, they've been me a bloggers. I will help in this country. I will build in Ghana. Well, been wonder. World dream most you on many be ye. My ye me in ala. Na yashishechi na yakakansam. Ma me ready mo wakade o. Iyo NDC, you know now NDC or MPP. Ejura happens to be one of our food basket. Omeim. Ejura ye ikroa ye wo tribal groupies from all over the country there. especially those from the northern extraction. Why should this happen? Kwame, oh yeah, me your papa, I don't know. Since if he attachment why you in there, or you fix the country, remember. But whether it's true or not, ABN fix the country for so they are looking for identity. Until you ain't been away. Ibizu them political parties you ain't oh yeah you ain't pensi no way kun. Ibizu say ya you ain't ba na do si yin. Mejizi there. Yeah, so as Ghanaians, your institutions. Say yeah man institutions are yejuma. Na ya respect your institutions are. Nje route yin osi wo we nje omba. Kwame Ebinum Susheshi some political leaders be or some political parties ones who work as a put your stroke a there I get there maybe identity and there wobo hunde musum existenti ba na nusu about two people who nya egum o ye oko the yin na as Ghanaians as political leaders yen to me and better on the massimo we see nche ye besre otumfo there onto delegation no one go one kan ejura hin no na Muslim council for so one kan na regional security council so one hwe na adubro then the case that off dabida banana ebinum was a wosua enyamanyama ozugbo win 2024 no we here no work press conference. How can that happen? Ghana in ya hezo yenyi baby akọ do me yala ba mesre yem renti awo me yim ya go demonstration wa buru yen na ma yen wiri ya tibi, but it wasn't like what is happening today, confronting the military, the police. Mesre yem renti you woman there a bufu war. You woman there the OC oh yeah yow. That's what when you see your best there one come ombre foam kakra. One come ombre foam kakra, yes, someone now confronting the military parties. Today, Mawala Kwame Akin, Kwame Nazo Akin. You confront the military. Oh yeah, some. Until yes, sir. Bibio besibia sabita fracture woman ya kuma ye ombre form kakra. Na sabi impension nyankopon na ma yansa na adwini na ya atre won na ya hwe as youth leaders. Ye beye den na ya boa. The man some you we see ye beye den na ya boa. We shouldn't be identified with violence and rioting. Osia on kase hwie nti yes so many yes yem rent here na mesra political parties so yenjai always wanting to score cheap political points. Let us stop it here. Kwame akeye there ebinum wo wenyima 2024 oyende ana oyende da trouble sisi wo hon chere na yenya weapon na ya do go campaign 2024 nobody knows except God.
Machialite.
Nti Kwame mase kakra so in there nya police fui maybe there is the need to them American National Guard US if we will be nje yanso a National Guard out of National Service Secretariat. Kwame mejizi there say you to me here dem na one special training. Nazi, it's another form of employing the youth.
All on the taxpayer.
Yes, and then.
Anyway,
Kwame,
when we get to that bridge,
Kwame, what will be Kakra will train one how to control riots, how to guard against violent demonstrations. And you may be able to train one, yes, 1 hour. Yes, I bought me yasom ye yensaka because Kwame in that in some osisi dama oya tete You can't sleep. Check me da wuzi ekwa kotompo ma na ada. Aya mo dwun Ghana ho kakra mo so wusu dwun Ghana ho. Nti kwami, ohia efiso ye kada apostle ye bomo won helicopters na ade kakra. Ye mbomo di no. Here if the small that we have, ye botumi ye za cry helicopters. Ne ye za ma a police fo ma wotum they send. See them working or they were overwhelmed. That is why they call in the military. It's a fact. Because I had someone who able to make control crowd now. They wouldn't have called in the military. Until you said there, yes, we keep on training the police. We keep on equipping them with sophisticated military accoutrement or whatever you call it. Now you to me as a boy, more to my contain route internet Godwin. Adi we when if you will I need Obakane that.
Go ahianyo. Actually, what would you more?
Hey, ono ze.
What would you name the fino wabre?
No, onye de wabre. Izembi wo getting painful one come from. Nti eja odo protect ni ASP kakra we nya oza ko DSP no that cause.
Anyway.
Nti kakra. Nti kwami.
Martiality.
Masama mutuma kan in there. Muzibo wi. Mese Ashanti Region House of Chiefs. Once we were moving. Na nyaman kitchen to the mean. Ne we ina ka bibi ho. So we moving na won hwe na won solve a problem. Onye de bia otumfo nechi na yesi ochina yesi. Oyenyan kura nenyim nyam so sen mutumaka chegoku nyima argue.
Alati mame das wa ha menko enyim biom mankafa different issue ambaba. Medase David in Texas, USA. David says it's very, very regrettable. But however, my Zongo youth must start to resist being used as political tools. We are not the only jobless youth in this country. And then I'm not condoning what the military did, but trust me, the people of Ejura are something else. I was transferred there in 2014, and I couldn't stay there for more than 6 months. Mampi, okay, we'll leave that one there. What happened at Ejura yesterday was unfortunate. It shouldn't happen again. Safu Kantanka Ukanshin. Chairman, the soldiers messed up. Though they were subjected to stone, sticks, etc., they should have applied some tactics. Lastly, we beg the NDC led by John Mahama that the campaign time is not due. Kwejo Edupako Echim Esium. And then, did I hear Alute say that we should form a new unit called the National Guard? Well, let's leave it there. According to the Fix the Country organizers, they are not behind the political party. Why is NDC need okay? Osafo Iron City me was a meeting in 9 and Tibejanesa answer. The political opinions of some journalists on social media is what is breeding the political intolerance in the country. Journalists now want to put their political opinion on we, the listeners and viewers, in the name of fighting for Ghana. Enoch at Sege in Ada. Okay. What's happening at Ejura is a complete failure of leadership. It's high time the president addresses the country. The younger and the citizens, especially the youth, is high. Christopher sends that one. Somebody says I should greet Samir Uku. Well, he's not here, but I'll leave it like that. Afarita Disco Down says, it seems there's an attempt to cause mayhem and insecurity in the country. This inhumane act can be within or without. Let's open our eyes clearly. Afarita Disco Down. Somebody keeps reminding me about something. Well, I said it this morning when I was signing on that for some strange reason, coincidentally or incidentally, today is 39 years since the gory murder of 3 High Court judges and a retired army major by agents of the state. Anyway, just coincidence, maybe. Kokrokoo Pacho bring me upon.
Peace FM.
Say, in the oh yeah, the man not the bulletin urban. Oh yeah, continental.
Oh, sometimes he's very sober.
Oh, he does.
Well. I guess he himself will say, I'm aging.
Of course, Kwame, we are aging. A natural process.
Oh, yeah, you can't run away from it.
You can't do much about that.
Emimpo Mezi 51.
Hello, this is Sunday, when you're 69.
Yeah,
Ale just circle.
yeah, Mongway. Mummy age da.
Ho, now boy, you are aging.
Mummy age. A man who was in Boko Brazil. And the Mummy age.
I will tell you, if you actually there, I'm on full wage. Yeah, sure.
You go out me, you want to say, have you a keep his secret? Maybe 2 parties, you keep his secret.
Kwame,
Yes, Kokrokoo.
it's sad. How can they share the way 2? Check 2, 6 years.
3.
Fita.
Your man, wait to can and
3.
yes.
1.
And
Which
then
was
Hey.
the
Hold on, that's near 3.
yes.
Wow.
The soldiers ended up the shot 2.
Okay, plus the
In addition to
earlier
the
one.
Kaka gentleman.
Condolences to bereaved families. It's
Yeah.
a very, very painful experience,
It is.
especially Chrono first one. Ono no nche was watch 2 suspects be.
Yeah, I was watching 2 suspects.
Okay, into no on mob attack,
No.
At all.
but then this is on mob attack. Okay, that's precision. Maybe they have to edit bon appreciation of the situation. But whatever it is, it's painful for the family and indeed the friends, for the families and all friends. Inti anyaja able to the ya treat ya analysis no ya be in such a way at dama ya any emotions and feelings. We are human beings and it's sad. Into Kwame, condolences to the families and those who are also injured. We wish one speedy recovery. And I believe that somewhere along the line, so will be investigations in the BBR. The state should be minded to offer some compensations, rehabilitation. It won't bring back the dead. It will even erase the scars of injuries, but at least it mitigates when such things happen. At the appropriate time, the state will come to your support. Kwame, the first one,
No.
whatever the circumstances, was a watch 2 into were murder suspects. I hope the police be fast track investigations. Why we are quite the one the appropriate forum, that's the court. Now, all sorts of reasons. If Musa no a member of Fix the Country campaign.
His family says he was not.
You've heard that?
Yes.
Okay. So it means I'll buy into that.
That's right. Yeah.
Need for another editing process. Ibi Moses or a member of the Economic Fighters League.
That I can't. I don't know.
The family hasn't responded.
No.
To that. Okay.
Maybe I want him or economic fighters.
Because he was such an activist, there was no post in Yama on
Yama.
social media.
Yeah.
People will know. The family will know the orientation or the associations. But Kwame, now, is it a fact or a member of the MPP?
Yes, from what I hear, or your MPP activist.
Okay.
But he was looking at his constituency.
Yes.
Marty, so there, no, I'm there. About this MC, hey, what's on?
No,
MC,
you know
so,
what? That's right.
Difficulties, Yama. Ingredients are police for no focus on as they proceed with investigations, and then eventually, they will know what to do with their findings. But I'm a bit disturbed, Kwame. The military intervention or intrusion. I mean, to me reconcile myself with it. Meaning that generally speaking, the principle, in fact, the philosophy put there, when the police, internal security are difficult for police to handle, the military are brought in, but there are procedures, changing them, how to bring the military in, for what purpose. There are a lot of restrictions and limitations in Anyama. And be Kachamdo was the regional security council or district security council, or is it the municipal council? I still don't believe there was a sufficient base. Okay, maybe we should be careful, but I don't believe that there was a sufficient base to bring in the military. Kwame.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think it was an overkill. And apart from that, they are not trained for crowd control, route control. Tidama Wankasa can earlier. The rules of engagement are different. Skills, will keep the same skills. The expertise in Niho. Completely avoidable intervention. In my candid opinion, completely. This whole tragedy was completely avoidable. Yes, it doesn't help the image of Ghana. It's just not right. And it ought to be condemned outright. And I'm doing so even though I'm not fully briefed on all the circumstances. So somebody can take me on for that. I'm okay with that. But, Kwame, I can't stand it. And I don't think it's right. In Temna, even the Army High Command, they will check their contingent or detachment or what deploy who is in charge of them. And what standard operating procedures is it that the police can call them into a situation without reference to the Army Command?
Yes, they can.
They can.
Yeah.
I don't doubt. I doubt it.
No, let me tell you why they can.
They can.
Listen, Kweku. Of course, he's a former regional minister. He would even know better. Because you see, Kweku,
there should be reference to some procedure.
There is always procedure.
The procedure, it's a military intelligence act.
Kweku, this was a military patrol team.
Yeah, and military patrol team. Were they going to confront armed robbers? Or people who are engaged in a spontaneous demonstration, of course, outside the framework of the Public Order Act. But spontaneity sometimes, it took taxi. So it depends which target. What was their target operation? What was it? The police from the floor there's some demonstration ongoing and they be moved to 2 stones against us. And then you decide that the military intervention is plausible and acceptable. I think it's an overkill.
Let's get the full brief.
Yes, it is like killing an ant with a bulldozer.
Yes. As you yourself said, you don't have the full briefing.
Yes. I agree.
So, I'm
prepared to be taken on.
Okay.
To be torn apart.
you won't be torn apart by the anyway.
I'm prepared for that. But at this moment, main instincts, and if you like, limited information, reconcile me with the intrusion of the military. And it is worse if I'm being told, like you and Kwamna insisting, that the police have the right to call them in without reference.
And they did.
To procedures and trigger a higher military, because on the ground, Kwamna, in the membership, a military officer. The Security Council, Regional Security Council.
Yes, if there's a military base. But in Akrampo region, Central region, any military base of one, you were designated.
Yes.
Any Regional Security Council meeting, they are OBA. And where we require their support, the police will discuss with them.
In this case, that whole period when it would trigger the procedures.
Matters of emergency.
You have a garrison commander of the Ghana Armed Forces in the region where applicable, as they have put it. I'm reading from the intelligence, security and intelligence.
Yes.
And then there is the regional, the commanding officer of the army, of the Ghana Army unit responsible for the region.
Yeah.
This is the new Intelligence and Security Act.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying to these two, police if we free that deployment, attachment or detachment, that detachment was by officer in charge.
But the police commander wouldn't call that small detachment. They will connect with their superiors.
But that's the question I'm asking. And you think that happened?
It happened.
Who? Well, none of us know that.
Well, I know.
We are only speculating at this stage.
It happened.
Well, Fred, the regional.
Yes.
The regional
They
from
will not
Ma.
be dealing with these those on the ground.
Listen, then this is where the problem is. What? There, on your armed robbers, on your terrorists, or your some youth demonstrating, even if unlawfully, and you call in, then that's completely out of proportion. It's disproportionate.
Now, we have always known you to hold on to your gun before. And see, I'm wondering.
Hey,
Maybe
Kwamna,
they did
Inima,
assess- they made the necessary assessment and all of that.
public, yes, but we don't know.
Yeah,
And that's
so
why I
that is
began
why
by
you
saying,
have to hold on to your gun first.
yes, but I said it. I said I do not have the full complement of all the information. I said so. But
Okay,
I still-
let me give you a
but
little
I still-
information.
I still
Kwegu.
decided to make a case and prepare to be torn apart.
Well, I won't tell you apart. I'll just add to your discussion. Also, Soldier Phone will be a friend operation Calm Life.
Yes.
They have a lot of
They are no operation. Yeah, I know
yes,
that.
and they patrol quietly, all over.
Yes.
So sometimes when these things happen, they are called upon either by the police or whoever is in charge there. There's a situation here or there. Go and assist.
A civil policing.
And I can tell you that the police asked for reinforcement from Operation Calm Life.
And they were giving
Yes.
the green light.
To go
They
and
want
assist. And unfortunately, what happened?
Rampaging youth, throwing stones.
Unfortunate.
That is what has happened. Disproportionate response. So they went there armed to the teeth with live bullets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, there's something wrong then.
video
That is a classic point. There, what kutu? No, we aim. That is not part of the rules of engagement in crowd control.
But the military is not for crowd control.
But then why are you debating me? Because
I'm not debating you. I'm just telling you that
I am saying
what
that
happened.
when the request was sent to the it went to the appropriate place. That's what you are telling me.
And they tell me,
That makes it worse.
those Samson Yami
top guys
Cherikasan.
who gave the green light, did they appreciate what they were going to encounter?
but if the police sends you a message, Kweku, take.
Man,
If the police sends you a message,
come off.
and I said that maybe something and not Kwame na opedo imi fi hon. Who asked for the military reinforcement? That is the crux of the matter. Because take take
No, he
Oh,
said
take that responsibility.
when you ask soldiers there's a situation, they should come in. What about one by crowd control?
Exactly.
And what by now what's the youth to Tumbaba na the trainer about it? They will shoot back.
The youth, were they armed?
That's what people are saying.
Did they
We-
shoot?
We don't know yet. So we're asking our guys to check it.
But
So
from
at the
the
end
look
of
of
the
things,
day,
This-
at the end of the
Look,
day,
this is untidy.
it is very untidy.
I
It is
will-
very
they were
untidy.
not armed.
They are not
No,
ready
take-
to reconcile.
it is very
themselves
untidy.
with this incident.
So one and of friends.
And Boba no Boba ngese bio.
Look, Kwame,
One and of friends with your friend
Kwame,
Wambra. Oh, na some no.
but that is where the problem is.
But that
If
is what
the-
you and
if
I
the
are saying.
soldier man, if the officer who also agreed that, oh yes, deploy them as part of the crowd control. Also, why air?
What if he was told there the police was under attack?
An attack how? Stone throwing youth.
I beg, wait.
They wouldn't have known because
This
it
is
was-
like Palestine and South Africa. I mean, please.
no.
Look, I mean, I've been part of mass movements, street protests, and Kwame, I've seen it all,
and that was
under constitutional as well as unconstitutional. So both, I've experienced both. I am saying this particular incident, completely avoid her, especially the fatalities.
Yeah.
If a proportionate response was unleashed. Of course, the assembly, the protest, the procession, for all you know, it couldn't have been lawful because I don't think they had the mind set to give the police a 5-day notification and things. Is it even true, Kwame? No see.
Yeah, okay,
So
see,
there was
Kaka.
like a funeral
yes.
event that turned something.
And one of
let's be
them
honest.
work see if but almost tension will go high. You need the.
Yeah, so even the police presence in the crowd, there's a way to.
That's precisely what I'm saying.
Look provocative.
Provocative.
Because any training, no, that's not for the military. The police have been trained to deal with the civilian population, whether it is law and order breakdown or not. It's psychologically there's that psychological angle. In the people are in procession to go and bury somebody. Already there is anger and tension. It's the way you handle it is important. Now, if it gets out of the way, depending, so yes, we could be careful. But I don't know how the police posturing was. But psychology, psychological policing, or all those things, there'll be better word for this. If we push it in such a way, we handle in such a way that the anger and the tension will not explode. During the funeral service or burial service.
That's a failure of intelligence then.
Yes.
Part of it. Because when I'm saying intelligence, no time event is ongoing, unfolding, no, or no idea psychological policing expertise in the beam. Because yes, things went wrong. Some lawlessness was unleashed at that event. Now, clearly, we're asking to worsen the situation.
Indeed, Joy, one interview with the Cradden Hospital.
No.
Look, the young guy now of Joy, he was surrounded, being moved so rowdy, but cool down. And he sympathized with them by asking them certain questions. Oma akumato yem and he moved out. And I expect the police to do the same. Police could have sympathized with the mourners. What you know, obeying the he moves on here, and you want to the my guess you will happen.
So, Kwame, to be honest, with my bottom line, I'm uncomfortable with what has happened. I think it was completely avoidable. Avoidable was untidy, and somebody somewhere within the hierarchy of the security agencies, those on the field, will have some good questions to answer. One now what field, and I'm talking of those that in control and command of the field operation. Because look, Kwame, it was avoidable. Completely avoidable.
I will always wait to have the full brief.
I hear you. Kwame, it's a wise thing to do. See, it is a wise thing to do. I agree with you. And
except that this morning,
my preamble indicated that I'm speaking on a basis with the full complement of the information. But Kwame, even if I had it, there is nothing that will make me agree with the military's intrusion, especially their posture, the shooting with live bullets. Look, we shouldn't rationalize it, live bullets to go and confront an unruly or rowdy youth throwing stones is disproportionate.
Yes, I agree.
Unless somebody can tell me somebody fired also from among the unruly youth, then you can talk about self-defense or collective reaction. But I have my doubts that even that happened. Because Kwame, videos in Nyama or any incident will show there be on the other side
or two
armed capability.
Yeah, but even when the soldiers got there, them police van now, what that kind of no sinjai.
They even had that equipment. It's possible that they were not. It
had become demobilized.
It's possible.
They had to retreat.
It's possible that logistics was trying to
retreat.
Yes, true. These are all lessons. That region or that district or that municipality, work capability. Lessons, but you see, lesson as what severe cause. I mean, huge one.
Education by negative experience.
Exactly. 3 lives.
No.
I mean, maybe
2 lives.
2. I thought, yeah.
No.
Let's first.
The distinction is fair, but in there's a certain linkage. We could see first one now on our murder classic,
mega,
you know, no lead to also this thing. So yes, I appreciate the fine lines of distinctions, except that there is no Chinese war, really. You might make sure between the two. But on yet, so I mean, these three, they are citizens of the land. Make sure one citizens. One but there were members of certain organizations, and some you had to be put factual, fine, but they are citizens first and foremost. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. You go beyond that, the intrusion of politicians, parties, predictable, opportunistic, you know, and it's sad when the way they interpret the events. Oh, these people have been killed by a mob. Oh, these people have been killed by members of the MPP. This. It's clearly somebody seeking political advantage or capital. On what my discussions are to them or by ye. At times so it can adversely even affect investigations. And see, those things really unwarranted. President should de-escalate. How? What does he do? At this stage, what I think we should look for is serious investigations, which the police are doing on the first one. The second one, because of police military combination in the field, you know, say change the format of investigations now, it could get compromised.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
And that level of investigations, you know, they share the kind of approach we take. Investigation, yes, that's non-negotiable. But who does the investigations, I think we can take a second look at and see how to go about it. We can't leave it with the police. The police can be part of gathering information and giving it to an appropriate committee to look into it. Even Parliament, Kwame.
Yes.
War can be seized with it. Let's say there were statements in that. Even more statements.
Already. I wonder whether the disease hasn't affected them already.
I hear you, but we can't avoid parliamentary inquiry of a sort. Or Defense and Interior Committee.
Yeah.
They can call police, the military people to go for the committee. Sometimes those people, you can't bring them to the main house. Or not by a Minister of Interior, Defense or Security. But committees, they are able to get info from the main candidate. But it's an option. Look, free, even though the same ingredients, but itiwa incident, you know, was investigated by police. A report docket was sent to Attorney General. So the Attorney General went to Parliament. It was Martin, Parliament. You got to get a copy of the Hansard and read. Why eventually the Attorney General did not ask for prosecution. It's interesting to read it. And then when boom, it did shriponi boom, it did boom. More of election-related violence. This is not. That's why I said on the same ingredients. But we are talking of impunity. Then they come within that framework. That when impunity is not punished, or if misconduct or violations of laws are not punished, it builds into impunity. To that extent, there's a relevance, but on your exactitude in terms of the ingredients. But honestly, I'm not too happy. Look, we are asking for police and the public to build trust and confidence. Or you're part of the weapons against crime and fighting crime. And to say you create situations where, and this is not nationwide, of course, but that community, look, bad blood between that citizens in that community, the police. You can even bring in the military. There's bad blood. And see, it takes some time to rebuild the confidence and trust between the police and the people in that community. Why do we need to lose that kind of thing? Why do we have to? Manayasa, use effort, human effort, financial resources to rebuild trust and confidence. It's so needless, so avoidable. And be honest today,
people shouldn't be trigger happy.
honestly, as for fix the country campaign, I mean, I'll be a hypocrite if I condemn them or I even aim at express.
Come on, demonstration.
Problem with that. See,
Why?
What go we and Joe go vi?
No, in Namibia. Yeah, Kwame.
So what that means is that if that is allowed, then all others must be allowed.
Kwame,
Yes.
listen to your brother. I said there's a law.
Uh-huh.
I agree.
Yeah, he's forgotten that the law.
My squeeze will boss kakra.
Oh, are you going to sit in him?
I swear, bit sitting. My squeeze will kakra. There's a law, and I agree. There's a law, I agree. But I tell you something about this so-called there's a law. No, I'm not quite anymore. Or another subculture. I've never been comfortable with. I mean, police and demonstrations. Your reaction to it. Onyende now starting. I've never been comfortable. I mean, sure, why? Now your history, coming to the Fourth Republic of police for wobe penny ye no koye negotiation do ye be demonstration venue bibia wo penny you wa be 2-3 hours sometimes cry ya gather wo obra sport and then so other times now wo PNT the side oh now about there into ye into me and then one time be against the killer budget, the first budget under the Fourth Republic. It was a PNDC budget that was just pushed through. Into the hey. Now your committee group be a friend of Joint Action Committee. I mean, Kwesi Pratt and yes, we're all part of it. If I know headquarters no MPP for your office no MPP for headquarters. In fact, that demo they scattered it. One some CDR for me, what best Katai, what boring basa. David Lamte, the late. On it, or watching on any be more than one court. You know, the police were using.
Was my classmate.
No, use NRC Decree 68. Or there permit from the police and then order from the Minister of Interior and say to my demo. Meanwhile, the Fourth Republican Constitution waba. Or there, the those that decree here. Inconsistent with the constitution. So the bar Tama Opera Square. Oh no aba into me demo. Me one no one no into it was why we waste resources and the logistics now one be. That's what occasioned the MPP to file a writ in court. The MPP versus IGP. One lead counsel was Alajeti, supported by Akufo-Addo, Gloria Akufu, Afram Asiedu, and others. Holding the Public Order Act in the by, on the balance, and it was a compromise of a sort. There, look, now NRC Decree 68 is dead and buried, unconstitutional and inconsistent. But it can it be also sorry anytime at anywhere near. You can imagine. 10 groups can decide they demonstrate in this area at this time. Can you imagine? Mayhem. Into good sense demanded they crafty BB, which was a compromise, and that was the Public Order Act. We took away the right to give us permission to notifying you 5 days ahead, and that's saying to me out there court. In the Nansiana Walker Court expertise behind the organizers. On the Socrano court, there is not proper. Come on notice. So it's been a fight. It's been a struggle relative to how expand our frontiers of freedom to assembly. We have to respect those things. Now, Nancy, my police for you, and it's true. I'm not comfortable with what the police are doing. Maybe they fix the Ghana country,
Face the country.
The first one, I can't look. We put more in spite of COVID, not in the large scale. Let me advise you, fix the country for now. So there, you can also apply technology, and which they are doing. Equal social media a lot of things. Some of the TV stations are playing all sorts of things for them. I have no difficulty with that. It's their right. It's freedom of expression. What demonstrations or a limited area, like picketing. You can do picketing. Nipa Bear 100 Independence Square can do social distancing. whilst they show their placards and things, we should be innovative. Both police and organizers should come to a certain compromise. Good, my brother, we are still doing forums, aren't we? Going beyond the 25 and all that. We should be innovative. We shouldn't take the stand how be there. Total closure of demonstrations, which happened in free. And I believe many people have forgotten. 2013 election petition. In that the police secured a banning order on all demonstrations. Kwame, have you forgotten?
I don't remember. I don't remember actually.
They lifted it in September.
After the announcement, after the
petition. Only one organization, I may recall, the protest, one Center for National Affairs, they protested. All of us, somehow good reasoning there. Look, what's a petition? Why deploy war men? Nanyama, whether true or not. What I'm saying is a majority of activists, organizers, somehow adhere to it. 8 months. 8 months, Kwame. They banned demonstrations in this country. Yeah.
I mean, you know him too well.
Yeah, but here I'm not talking Akufo-Addo. I'm talking police.
Yes,
you see,
I'm coming, Kwame, because somehow, some way, it may then be interpreted there. It is a government of the day.
Yeah, but people are doing that, but I'm not doing that. I disagree with that. That's a distortion.
Yes. So my point is, you know him too well. There's an implication. If you are saying that there must be a certain innovative arrangement.
Yeah, his experience always teaches.
Are you damn sure there will be good faith? Are you damn sure that if the police ever sat, look, we are ready, prepared to police you, say 100, say, but in a manner that will also portray that you are demonstrating, yet you are abiding by the protocols. Yeah, would they be prepared and ready?
You have raised the issue of hypothesis. This is a hypothetical situation, and anything could go wrong or could go right.
Exactly.
You see, I mean, or your view or your experience, I go to COVID could be here for another 2-3 years. Now, if COVID is going to be here for another 2-3 years, and under cover of COVID, we actually continue on this option line of no demo because COVID. Meanwhile, people see France, including my own moms, attracting more than 100, 200, 300 people. You know, you are going to have a hell of a time convincing people there is no selectivity. You got to find, we are human beings. Easy. Look, me read the year eyes, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. Look, football, yes, 25% yadama, yama, but I check whether even the 25% they meet and they meet.
So
because
I am saying, so as we move on, we should become innovative. You should re-engineer the legislation. This is a personal thing. It's based on my experience and the things I hear. I hear voices talking of selectivity. I hear voices talking of discrimination. And Kwame, some is genuine.
On a light note, do you hear those voices in your head? Yeah, I know.
As a citizen, as a person, as an individual, you too may reflect. Let me look, say, COVID 2-3 more years. Can we go along this path? I don't believe so.
Things that will ensure that
so we need to be a lot more innovative.
Protect lives.
Yes, so then those of us who have violated
there were those who were even advocating. In fact, these persons who are now talking about that the freedoms must not be curtailed and all of that, they were advocating that because of COVID, we should not even have held the elections.
Yeah, but it was obvious that the constitutional thing was standard.
Yes, I'm saying that the people who are now talking, they said, in fact, looking at the and what the COVID holds.
Even the campaign.
Election now today, when we have had elections.
No, they even didn't want registration, no. The new registration.
And all of those.
But the honor to you, registration is, some of us are not being innovative. So what did the EC do? The EC created more police stations near the
There's
man.
good faith. If there's
Yes.
good faith.
Yeah, so there's always a solution to something that is seemingly unsurmountable.
Unless you
We are
don't
human
think-
beings. Look,
yeah.
creativity.
Unless you can guarantee good faith.
Yeah, but if you don't try, how would you know good faith will be bad?
Okay.
How would you-
Kotoko ne has
Hey, man,
argument.
it's a- no, a very important argument. Because I mean, if you unless it's not COVID will vanish, then we all go back to the normalcy. But the way things are going, and yeah, the next 2 years, I mean, we'll still be within this context of COVID.
Nti na Singapore
Say them not
That and Wabi.
Singapore so was
It is
ukoma.
yeah, but the demand innovative and creative. The way human nature is, we'll still be confronting too many challenges, avoidable ones, Kwame. It's a candid opinion I'm making. It's a very personal thing, subject to re-examination by others. Through that, arrive at a certain formula. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Is Kwame now not pulling your legs?
Why
No.
not?
Look,
But
I'm telling
anyway,
you,
fix the country for what's what matter there. Wabako landing very soon.
it's all right.
Oga
And it's
President
nothing new.
No, what kind of demonstration?
It is absolutely nothing.
Yo.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
Absolutely nothing.
Rollins experienced those things. Achampon experienced those things. Indeed, you'll be surprised that the great Osajifo experienced it. There were Ghanaian exiles under Nkrumah, and they used to mobilize. Neither those days no one does, but still it's a Ghanaian reaction in exile. There, hey, Aban Yempel, so and so, work for Ghana embassy from Nkrumah to now. What you knew? Allow them. You want not to put the child on stretch. There is a law, I agree. But Mr. Law, no, Public Order Act now, Kwame there is now supported by the executive instruments. Chairman Mechenti, two legislative pieces of legislation. Na deal with. Mr. As we move forward, let's be creative. Let's begin to think about innovative ways.
It can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. So that you don't suppress too much energy.
I agree with that.
Why?
I rest my case.
Why?
And so do I.
Ke ha si yemi eba fe gbeye.
Lele.
Ke ha si yemi eba fe gbeye. Ke ha si yemi eba fe gbeye. Arrows. Be honest and don't be silly. We are the famous as of old.
Ow.
We never see that.
See, we are many, they are few.
The sound of grumpy old man, if you ask me. Happy birthday to you, Richard Afram of Fruit of Israel Enterprise, Kumasi Magazine. And Richard Afram, Fruit of Israel Enterprise, Kumasi Magazine. From Isaac Usu of Despite Media, Joel Ben and Rhoda, wishing you Kwamina Duncan, Yedase, Alote Jacobs, Yedase, Abdul Malik Kwekubakum, Yedase, Peace 104.3. Yes, sorry, so Anopea, no. Wrapping up this morning's edition. Wednesday down, the last working day of the month of June is the 30th. Time fast approaching 1100 hours. The next news broadcast is at 12. Kofi Kumbelson is next on your radio. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive, as I said earlier when I was signing on. Regardless of the downtimes, be of good cheer. It shall never be so dark. The sun shall rise again. And so when you stop to say a prayer, please say one for me too. God willing, we're back tomorrow morning. God bless. Good morning.